Hi everyone, it's Fitz with your daily delivery. Hope you're doing well. I'm good. Today we're going to change it up a little bit. Been talking a lot about K-State football, Colin Klein, for good reason. But now let's take on another topic. You may not be as interested in it, but I think it's fascinating. Absolutely hard to wrap my mind around. But let's get into it by me first telling you a story. Story of a fraternity brother of mine. Great dude. Perfectly normal guy by most people's standards. But you put a couple beers in him, put him in an Aggieville bar when we were in our 20s-ish, and let him order a shot of grain alcohol, Everclear. He's going to blow flames. What's that mean? He's going to take that shot and spit it out through a lighter and catch it on fire. So he literally blows a flame. Now look, it's very dangerous. This normal guy would risk his life, well, risk his face, for our entertainment. I loved it. It was great. I don't know if he still does it. You shouldn't be, but I like it. And that brings us to the University of Utah. First, let me remind you to subscribe to this YouTube channel, hit the thumbs up, leave those comments. Thank you. 50% off right now at GoPowercat. Go grab that special. You don't want to miss out. Interesting times ahead. University of Utah has gone into a business arrangement with a private equity firm to pump $500 million into athletics, a huge sum of money that should help Utah, well, compete at the highest levels. But what is the actual price here? What is Utah selling? Well, the athletic department will now be operated separately, somewhat independently, and the university maintains a majority of the control. But this private equity firm isn't doing this out of its goodwill. What do private equity firms want? They want profit. They want money. They want their money back with interest. They're kind of like loan sharks in a way. And they'll break your kneecaps if it gets the job done. And this equity firm, private equity firm, wants out of the arrangement within 5 to 7 years. Now, how in the heck does Utah pay back $500 million plus, the added on, whatever the profit they're looking for in that time period? I can't make sense of it. Athletic departments don't run at a profit very often. Kansas State has, but now with the revenue sharing model in place, I doubt that happens anywhere. Everyone's going to be scraping just to get to zero. And if you want to compete at the highest levels, you're going to need another like $40 million in NIL money. The revenue share, $20.5 million a year, will be spread out across athletics, mostly football and men's basketball, but it's like a payment. You bring in the revenue, here's some of the revenue back. Private equity is going to surge money in and allow Utah to pay off debts and compete. But there's a price there, isn't there? First of all, athletic departments aren't just not profitable. They're a nonprofit organization by definition. That's who they are. They don't pay taxes and stuff like that. They're nonprofit. Then how is a private equity firm going to take profit out of the investment? Oh, look, I'm not a financial wizard. I'm not even like a financial snake oil salesman. I don't know. Maybe it's all perfectly legal and maybe they'll get their money back. But if athletic departments haven't been running a profit for years, why does private equity think they're going to do it? Well, they'll probably come in and be pretty ruthless. They'll look at athletics entirely as a business. And when you're a business, you look at areas of the company you're spending money on without a financial return. And you cut those. I just described most of the sports in an athletic department, not football or men's basketball. Other schools have some that pop up to be profitable, but for the most part, they're all living off of football. That's the truth. So will private equity demand cuts to those sports, lowering scholarships, lowering expenses, lowering travel, all of it? Yeah, they probably will. They're not just going in there for good times. They want money, and you will pay them back how they want it. Now, I hope Utah succeeds in this and sets out a great precedent for everyone to follow. I just don't see how it's going to happen. I have the feeling when this is all said and done, Utah will be in financial trouble and their face will be burnt off. We told you it was a bad idea, but you went ahead and lit it anyhow.